अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स। तो हम पढ़ रहे थे हाइजीन्स प्रिंसिपल। which states light travels in the form of waves. The phenomena which back at this, one of the phenomena, that is interference. So interference, what do you mean by interference? उससे पहले हम पढ़ रहे हैं एक principle that is called principle of superposition or superposition principle. Principle of superposition, or we may call it as superposition principle. What does superposition principle state? It states that if two or more waves move simultaneously, means two or more waves move simultaneously, two or more waves move simultaneously in a medium, in the same medium, we may call it two or more waves move in the same medium simultaneously, and the waves move independent. They are independent of each other and produce their own disturbances. Means we have two or more waves traveling through the same medium. The waves are independent and produce their own disturbances. So what is the combined effect? The combined effect at some given point in the medium at a given instant of time is represented by the algebraic sum of displacement produced by each wave simultaneously. Means we have two or more waves. What is superposition principle? It states if we have two or more waves, both the waves are independent moving independently, producing their own disturbances in the medium. And what is their combined effect? Their combined effect in the medium at some point. Their combined effect at some point. According to this principle of superposition, their combined effect is the algebraic sum of the disturbances or disturbances or displacement produced by the waves simultaneously. Combined effect in the medium is algebraic sum of disturbances produced by each wave simultaneously. Means wave 1, 2, the total disturbances produced by each wave at that point is called principle of superposition. Now, because of this principle, superposition principle, many cases arise, and among them interference is one such important phenomena. Interference is one such phenomena which was observed at first by Thomas Young. So what is now interference? It is a distribution of energy in a medium, and this interference is of two types. It is interference means what is the combined effect of the waves or the one combined effect of the energy, means the distribution of the energy of first wave, second wave. When the two waves combine, the energy is distributed. Now this distribution of energy is called interference, and it is of two types. Number one is called constructive interference. So what is the constructive interference? Suppose we consider two waves traveling with the same velocity and having in an isotropic medium. Isotropic medium means medium having same properties. We are discussing constructive interference. Interference means now the redistribution of energy, means the disturbances in the medium. So constructive interference here means if we have two waves having same frequency, let the amplitude of the waves is wave first is A and that of wave second is in amplitude is B, and A is greater than B. Now if the two waves are in phase, they reach a certain point in phase, then according to principle of superposition, the amplitude, the resultant amplitude of the displacements given by the disturbance is given by A plus B. So means the amplitude of the resultant wave, that is equal to A plus B. This means the amplitude of wave first was A and wave second was B, and now the total amplitude or the amplitude of the resultant wave, redistribution after interference, after redistribution of waves, the total amplitude of the resultant wave, that is A plus B. For example, there are two waves. This is wave first with amplitude equal to A or B. This is second wave with amplitude equal to A. Now at some point the amplitude of the resultant wave, since it is an algebraic sum, the superposition principle says that at some point when they move simultaneously in phase, the resultant wave will be having amplitude equal to A plus B. This is the resultant wave, or equal to A plus B. Amplitude of this third is equal to A plus B, and this type of interference is called constructive interference. Here means the crest of the first wave falls on the crest of the second, and the resultant is equal to A plus B. Now if the two waves are out of phase by 180 degree means the crest of one falls on the trough of other. Suppose this is first A, this is B, the amplitude of this is wave second, the amplitude is B, this is wave first, the amplitude is equal to A. Now what will be the the amplitude of the resultant wave? That will be equal to, this is A minus B, and that is equal to C. So the amplitude will be equal to A minus B, less than both A and B. So this is called the destructive interference. Now here, if A and B is 0, A is equal to B. Now if amplitude of wave first A is equal to amplitude of wave second B, and they are out of phase by 180 degree, this is 180 degree, means the crest falls upon the trough, the crest of first falls on the trough of the second, and the amplitude of first is equal to amplitude of second, then the resultant wave will have zero amplitude. There will be dark spot, there will be no energy there. This phenomena is called interference. Now what happens with interference? इंटरफेरेंस से क्या होता है? तो इंटरफेरेंस में हमने पढ़ा, इट इज द फिनोमेना विच इन विच डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ लाइट एनर्जी इन ए मीडियम, और इट मीन्स redistribution of energy in a medium takes place. Means when two or more light waves travel simultaneously as compared to the distribution of light energy when the wave travels individually. This distribution occurs if two waves, whenever the two waves move, the distribution of light, this is always non-uniform. Means in non-uniform distribution there are certain regions where light waves reach in phase, and certain regions where these light waves or the waves reach out of phase. So that the intensity somewhere is doubled in the region, and somewhere when the intensity of light is doubled, when the intensity of light is doubled, that is the bright region, and where the intensity, that means where there is distractor interference, the light, it shows dark spots. These dark spots are these patterns of bright and dark spots are called bright and dark fringes. Bright and dark fringes. And this phenomena was explained by Thomas Young in his experiment called Young's double slit experiment. Young's double slit experiment, which will be the next lecture. Okay, thanks.